Hey, let's get a little crazy with this tutorial. Welcome everyone, I'm not from this world and I want to thank you for tuning in to my Daz Studio tutorial series. In this tutorial, we're going to do something really cool. I'm going to show you how we can put something underneath clothing. And to do this, we're going to be, of course, using Daz Studio, and we'll be moving our Milica character into Hexagon. So as you can see here, I've got Milica, and she is looking as cute as ever, and we're going to put her kind of in a perilous scene where she is going to be attacked by some weirdo tentacles. And what I want to do is I want to put a tentacle underneath her shirt here, and I'm going to show you how you can do this. All right, so I have her posed, kind of laying on the floor here, and I already have created the tentacles and I have posed them, so we're just gonna take and make them visible. I really like the sci-fi genre. I have done a lot of sci-fi images, and honestly, sci-fi is what got me into Daz Studio. And so these are just some basic tentacles. They're kind of wrapping around Milica as they are attacking her. The one right here is the one that we are going to place under her shirt, like it has moved underneath her top and it's coming out towards her neck. So in order to do this, there's a couple of things that we want to do. We want to first make sure that our top is DForce enabled. And this is a DForce garment, and so we can run a simulation and pose it to the scene, and that's going to come in handy. Second of all, we need to make sure that we have Hexagon. And so what I'm going to do first is we're going to take, and I'm just going to select Milica as the character, and we're going to move her into Hexagon. So I'm going to go to File, Send to Hexagon. We're going to open up Hexagon, and the whole point of this is going to be to move that top that she's wearing so that we can repose it back in Daz Studio. So I'm going to wait here a second so that she appears and is not naked. All right, I'm going to hold down my Alt key and kind of zoom in, use the left mouse button to kind of get her into position, use my right button to move her around. I'm just going to kind of get her into a good position where I can work on this top. Now, I've done some Hexagon videos in the past. If you haven't seen them, I'll take you step by step through this so you can just do it. If you have watched my other Hexagon tutorials, then you should kind of know what to do. We're first going to select her shirt. We're going to go up to where it says soft select here. Select that. I'm then going to come across and I'm going to select the faces box, and we're going to select this translate manipulator arrow. I'm going to kind of put my cursor kind of right in the middle. We're not going to worry about changing this tone map. All we're going to do is just kind of raise her shirt up and create a morph. That's all we need to do. Pretty simple. So I'm going to come back into Daz Studio. Once we're back in Daz, I've got to click on my Hexagon morph. We can name this, I don't know what we could name it. Let's name it shirt morph. Don't forget to take this reverse deformations, right click on no and hit yes, hit accept, okay, and now we're ready to roll. So now in my Daz scene, I'm going to select her shirt, and when I go down to morphs, we're going to find this shirt morph, and I'm just going to raise it up so that it is above the tentacle. It's just above the tentacle. Now, we want to simulate this so it'll drop down on top of her, and I'll show you my simulation settings. I was playing around with this trying to get the best result, and I increased the gravity quite a bit because it wasn't falling the way I liked. So I increased the gravity to 15 so it would kind of fall fast. I also changed the collision mode to best to try and get the best kind of simulation. Another thing that is going to be important to do, at least I discovered it was important to do for me, is her hair is also D-Force. And when I was trying to simulate everything with the shirt and the hair, it was taking forever. So I'm going to click on her hair. I'm going to come down to the simulation tab, and we're just going to freeze her hair. We don't really need her hair simulated. And if we want her hair simulated, we could do it after we do the shirt. So I'm going to turn this freeze simulation on. And now I believe we should be ready to run the simulation, which is only going to affect her shirt. So I'm just going to hit simulate. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it has finished its simulation, and we have a little bit of poke through, which actually can be easily fixed if we go back to our shirt and back to our morph tab. I'm just going to hit the plus sign once or twice. Took 3 times, but now the shirt is on Milica and it's on our awful tentacle. So I just wanted to show you this. I think it's pretty cool using kind of a bunch of different skills in DAZ Studio, D-Force, Hexagon. You kind of have to know how to freeze your D-Force simulation. Now, if I want to D-Force her hair, I can just take this shirt. We can go to simulation. I can turn the simulation freeze on to the shirt. We can go to her hair, turn the freeze simulation off, and I can run another simulation, and we can pose her hair a little bit if we want to. Oh goodness, okay, so I think I figured out that it was the hair that was just really slowing things down. But I got it simulated, and now I think we're ready to just run a test to see what our lights look like. And then we can run a render. Alright, so this is kind of the scene I have set up. Might be a little bright for a tentacle type of peril picture, but I kind of like that. Might change a little bit before I actually run the render. So I have sun and sky, so it's a kind of a daytime picture, but let's adjust it and then we'll run a render and see what it looks like. I just really like that sun and sky mode in the environment tab so much. I like this. Let's run a render and we will make a thumbnail. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's run the render. Alright, so what do you think? I think this is a pretty cool technique. I need to use it more. You can use pretty much anything you want underneath the clothing. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. So this looks pretty good. Poor Milica, don't worry, she will be fine. She is the heroine. She always comes out on top. So let me know what you think about this technique. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me some comments. Until next time, happy rendering those tentacles.